This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome everyone to the SIG Instrumentation biweekly meeting. Today is September 29th, 2022. All right, let me share my screen so that we can take a look at the agenda. And okay, there we go. So, okay, yeah, first for announcements, today is production readiness soft freeze. So if you have a CAP, you need to get your production readiness reviewed soon. I am also shadowing PRR, so as long as I have not written the CAP, I should be able to be a PRR reviewer for that CAP. I'm doing this because Atlanta has been out for a while, and it's very useful to have a PRR reviewer within the SIG. Okay, we only have one agenda item. Who wants to take this one?
I guess
Yeah.
Panshu can present his work.
Yeah, I can take that up. To start this off, there's something called a shadow program that SIG Release does right now, and it has been doing for a while. And the aim of this program is, so basically you would see the contributors that that are drawn to a repository. Um, a Kubernetes, it could be, let's say, KSM. So the contributor in general has more time and less experience in that particular, regarding that particular code base. And it's completely the opposite for the maintainers. They have less time, but they have a lot of experience and a lot of ideas regarding the direction in which that project needs to go into, which the contributor lacks. So the shadow program aims to be a balance between these attributes and the redistribution of responsibilities between the maintainers and the contributors, so that uh, both of these parties can get what they desire. So um, it could be like, there's multiple points that I put down as as um, how this could benefit us in the longer run. I'm just going to go over some of these, which is a long-term maintenance solution for all non-deprecated projects, um, which is also related to reviving smaller projects that are implicitly reaching end of life. For example, the ones that are not being maintained anymore, and the maintainers are simply just, they don't have enough time to attend to these projects. So who's going to take these up, right? There's always some contributors who come out of nowhere and contribute, to minor issues or something, but we don't have, commitments from them. We don't have, we cannot have rewrites, right? So we cannot have a major push in the direction that we want using that contributor base. So yeah, again, better outreach for the SIG. Shadows, yeah, of course, there's something for the shadows too in this, which is, they are promoted to higher roles if they deliver as expected. And yeah, I have emphasized what the maintainers would kind of do. What the ask is, these are not hard requirements, but these requirements are based off of what SIG Release has been doing, or what their maintainers have been doing, and what we could ideally do. So it's broken into three different parts. One is the just the one-time prerequisites that you would need to do just once for all the years that are to come, for this program. The other one is the one that needs to happen every iteration, every year. And finally, there's the multiple one, which needs to happen with multiple, with individual shadows between the maintainers. So maintainers would need to talk to the shadows, every single shadow, about uh, these particular tasks that are there under multiple engagements, in order to make sure that the shadows understand the viewpoint of the maintainer. So I just wanted to put forward a proposal to start this program, and whenever the SIG feels it should be initiated, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
I like it. We have done stuff like this unofficially before. Here, let me take a look. So if we look at the Kubernetes code base and we go into blah, 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 component base. This one is basically our directory here with most of our code. You can see here, Rainbow Mango was basically a shadow and was promoted all the way to an approver, for a top level approver for all of the instrumentation code. So we basically have done stuff like this before, just not officially. But yeah, I mean, like our team is pretty receptive to like, obviously mentoring and having shadows and doing whatnot. So the thing about creating the Google group is I don't think we can do that. Like, I think the people who have permissions for the Kubernetes Google groups is not us.
So
I think
secretly,
last time I created one, I had to ping a Googler.
Yeah,
and it
you
was
have
like
to,
a manual
you have
process.
to ping random people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know who it is anymore that can create the Google groups, but it's not us. like,
I think at some point it was just random Googlers that you had
yeah,
to
but
ping,
they might not be
yeah,
the
I don't
same people
know.
anymore because people have
Yeah,
moved companies and
I
stuff.
don't know.
Like, I think Paris Pittman might have at one point had permissions or something, or
Yeah, or maybe they automated it since the time
I
I
don't
last
know
created one. I don't
how
know.
it works anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, but if I may add to your point, and like I see the benefits for Kubernetes, and we've done it in the past, but like I think the most benefit we could get from that is on the sub-projects, because like a lot of them are running kind of an LC currently. Like if you saw a couple of weeks ago, like I updated the owner files of like Prometheus adapter, custom metrics API server and stuff like that, and I'm the only approver and reviewer nowadays. So that's a situation that is kind of critical and we need to fix.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's from your
And I'm sure
perspective.
it's
From
not
my
the
perspective, the only
project.
person who looks at the component-based metric code is me. So I feel
Yeah,
the
yeah,
exact
it's the
same way.
same.
I feel exactly the
And for
same
the
way.
events,
So
let's
it's not just the
take
stuff
the
project.
events as an example. Like I'm the only one today, and we would need at least one more person.
No, it's not just the sub projects. It's literally everything. We have one
Yeah.
person on all of the code. We have no redundancy. So if anybody leaves, then basically we lose expertise in huge parts of the code base. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So Pranchu, I agree with you. We need this. I don't know how to set up a Google group. Or a calendar for that matter. The role handbook, we could probably just copy and paste from the SIG release team, it looks like. Otherwise, if we're willing to not do this, I'm also like accessible via Slack and am willing to do mentorship stuff. Like I have done this before when people have reached out to me, and I am willing to do it whenever, just to be on record.
Yeah, generally, I think like the more formal the process is, the easier it will be for us to reach out to mentees in general, because then we can ping like anyone from steering. I know Paris has been working on like mentorship recently, so we can definitely ping them or seek contributors, and they will forward like our request for new contributors to the community in general. And if we have like a good process, well outlined and documented, then I'm sure like it will be easier for us to get people on board.
Do you want to create the Google group?
I can look into it. Like I can
Okay, all
promise
right.
anything.
Sounds like a task. Sounds like an action item.
But yeah, I think if we are able to refine that and like at least find the areas where we are lacking people, and then people that
What do you
would
mean
be
find
mentors
areas? We
for
know
these
which areas.
areas.
They're all areas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, like I can blindfold throw a dart at the wall and hit the target. Like,
Yeah.
like, like, yes. So yes. I think we're unanimous on the
Yeah, but the thing
necessity
also
of
is that
having
like
shadows.
you don't want a mentor to be covering like two topics at the same time, I think, as well, because then the commitment in terms of time is
For sure. I
quite
mean,
huge.
yeah. Look, if I'm mentoring someone, it will be on Kubernetes, and our code in Kubernetes, in component base and the static analysis stuff and whatever, right? Like, if you do it, I imagine you would be doing like kubestate metrics or metric server. I don't know, probably KSM, right?
Yeah. All the metrics API, I can do events as
Yeah,
well, but
there you
like,
go.
it really depends what we want to focus on as well.
And if David were to do it, I'm sure it would be the tracing code.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all have our specialties.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess we can also like bring in the maintainers of the project as well in general. Like I'm sure Seratrice won't have the time for that, but like there are other people involved in metric server as well that might be able to help. Same for kubestate metric.
Okay, so it sounds like we're in agreement. Sounds like a good idea. We should figure out if we're going to have to cancel one of our SIG meetings because of KubeCon. I don't know if it's not the next one, but the following one, right?
In 3 weeks, I think. So it will be a triage.
It will be a triage. Okay,
Yeah.
Is it?
it might be a
Mine
triage.
says SIG Instrumentation bi-weekly on the
Okay,
26th.
see, it is the
Oh, is
bi-weekly.
it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought it was 3 weeks.
It is 4 weeks from now. So yes, we
Oh, yeah,
will
yeah.
have a meeting next week, but we won't have one the week after. Code freeze is on November 9th, which means we have a little over a month to get. I have one of my caps fully merged. Yes. All the code.
Nice.
Component health SLIs. You just need to
Are you
fix.
planning to link it to every components?
No, for alpha, I decided I'll need to do API server. If I have time, I will do the other components.
Okay.
It was like,
No, I was just wondering.
I constructed it very specifically. It was it was like a 7-line diff in order to incorporate it into API
Nice.
server. Yeah. So it was easy review. And then we also have feature gate metrics.
Those are good.
Right. I showed you guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yes. And then someone yelled at me for not having a cap.
Really?
Really?
For adding a metric?
I know. I got. Look at this. Isn't this a feature? Why is this not a feature? I was like, no, we don't mandate caps to add metrics. We don't mandate caps to add metrics. That is not what we do.
I mean, it's always nice for this kind of metrics, but it should only be part of like PR documentation. Like we have at least one
Doesn't
place
make sense
to
to write a
document
cap
that. So
for
it's
this.
fine.
If they make me write,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot write 3 caps in one release cycle.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
I guess it's meaningful just to have a trace that, well, there is this metric in the PR document, but like that's about it. I don't think a cap is that meaningful.
How do you monitor the feature gate enabled metric?
Exactly, right? It doesn't even make sense. It's a meta metric. Like it's a meta feature metric, right? Like it's nice though. Look at this. Now we'll be able to tell which features are enabled, and we can count and do splices across the fleet to determine which sections of the fleet have certain features enabled.
Yeah, that's a really nice one.
Well, and you could find ones that are different from the default as well.
Yes, you can find ones that are different from the default. Yes. And you can find ones that are deprecated. GA is empty string. That was a result of this. So that's not my fault. I considered mutating the string just to make it more clear in the metric, but I was just like, screw it. But yeah, look, this person's happy. Of course, this is a very obvious feature. I can't believe like it took until Kubernetes 1.26 for us to do this.
Yeah. I guess they didn't bring us into the discussion, and we weren't able to.
Well, you know why this happened, right? Where is it? Is it enhancements? Yeah, it is enhancements.
Because of PR?
Because I volunteered to be a PRR reviewer, and it turns out that one of the PRR review questions is, how do you test if your feature is enabled? So that means everybody is re-implementing this thing. And I was like, I am going to solve this problem once and for all. I have literally saved hundreds of hours of work.
Yeah. That's nice. With just like a couple of lines of code, like it's
Yeah, I have literally saved the community hundreds of hours of work. So it's, yeah, I'm very happy about this. Look, if you're using a feature gate, you don't have to answer this question. You're done. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I guess that's it.
Oh, by the way,
Is there anything else?
mentioned like internally that you added a face-to-face meeting for SIG
Oh yeah,
instrumentation
that's right. I should.
contribution?
No, I applied for a face-to-face SIG instrumentation meeting at KubeCon. So if you're going to be at KubeCon, there is a high probability that there will be a face-to-face SIG instrumentation meeting. And this, like, I love the face-to-face instrumentation meetings. We did a lot of planning in Barcelona in 2019, and then we like tracked out like literally years of stuff. And we actually accomplished most of it. So I am excited about having another face-to-face and being able to track.
What's the size of the slot that we might have, like 2 hours or so
I have no idea.
for the face-to-face? Okay.
Yeah, they will let us know when we get the slot. So we don't have the slot yet. So it's up in the air.
Okay.
Did you put down like an agenda for it, or is that something we should?
Nope, it's just a SIG instrumentation face-to-face.
Okay.
We should plan for it though, if we get the slot.
Do you know when we'll know?
In October, early October. I will let you guys know as soon as I get the notification.
You know how long the slot is?
I do not.
Okay. Because I was trying to decide if I should.
We need to work on
propose
our
different-
talk too.
Yeah. Okay.
Did they hand out the slides yet? The slide deck?
I
these
don't
speakers?
think so.
Maybe this is one of the things that Damien got sent like 6 months ago, and just
Did you get sent the
Oh
slide?
yeah, maybe because last time it was part of
right.
the-
Last time
of
there was
the
something
mail.
like that.
Yeah, so Damien, if you can find the slides, please send them to us so that we can start working on our slide decks.
Yeah. Just the template, but yeah, I will check if I have them.
Okay, great.
Do you still have the link for the previous slide?
No,
I
we
can
can't
send
use the
them to you, the
previous
one that
slide. We can't
we-
use, they always change the theme of the slides. We can't use the previous.
Yeah, but I will share with you the one that we worked on with Patrick for Valencia.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, then I will give everyone 8 minutes of their life back.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
I will
You guys-
see everyone next week for triage. Thanks everyone for attending.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.